The pineal gland and shamanic elixirs hold the key for extraterrestrial contact, the third eye antenna to Omega rediscovered. Bingo! You wake up. A pig's orgasm lasts 30 minutes. This is a true story, and if you don't believe me, go fuck yourself, San Diego. The new music revolution is here. The symbiosis of the ancient ethno-cultural and rave culture is now beginning to utilize the harmonic secrets of the sound of creation, in harmony with the human heart, DNA, maximum brain function, the planet's heartbeat, and the DNA. Using rhythms of 72, 108, and 144 beats per minute, and instrumental tuning to 432 Hz, the momentum has begun. DJs, musicians, shamans, artists, scientists, movie makers, spiritual, hermetic, and cultural leaders are joining together to integrate intelligent learning into the congruence of the Omega Generation 2012. In the meantime, the computer animations are complete graphic illustrations of the sacred and interdimensional geometry comprising these sound harmonic principles, numerics of their cyclical tuning now demonstrated in their geometrical pictorial form. So, one is dancing to the very principles being relayed in sound, seeing it in animated pictures, and feeling the music of the same move to the body to the rhythm, wave geometry, or mandala. Sometimes one may see the numbers shown in the pyramids, and suddenly one realizes that one is dancing to it, and visionary soundbite echoes the principles as a living poetics and alchemical science. Electro, short for electro-funk, and also known as robot hip-hop, electro-hop, and Afrika Bambaataa, is an electronic style of hip-hop directly influenced by Kraftwerk and funk records, unlike earlier rap records which were closer to disco. Records in the genre typically have an electronic sound, and some vocals are delivered in a deadpan, mechanical manner, often through a vocoder or Stephen Hawking. With few exceptions, the definition of the electro sound is the use of drum machines as the base of a track for broken, syncopated rhythms, not a dirty house riff with some cracked-out skank singing about her ass looped for 6 minutes. A bleakly intentionally ironic, but indulgently hypersexual post-feminist, post-9/11 stance is often evident. Alas, on the journey down, I was not as awake as I would have liked, and made a small detour with the intention of purchasing some breakfast, cigs and a Red Bull. Turning off the highway, I noticed my blinkers failed to blink. That's what I like to see coming up to a 5-way roundabout. Due to this hindrance, I was forced in a direction that was detrimental to my mission. Alas, a U-turn was required, which was not an easy task at 8:30 in the morning, with no blinkers, as you may or may not know. I saw my chance and attacked. Zoom, zam! Cars went whoosh past as I deftly maneuvered over the double white lines. But the more we emphasize one aspect in our description, the more the other aspects become uncertain, and the precise relation between the two is given by the uncertainty principle. Niels Bohr introduced the notion of complementarity to further clarify this uncertainty. He considered the particle picture and the wave picture two complementary descriptions of the same reality, each of them only partly correct and having a limited range of application. Both pictures are needed to give a full account of the atomic reality, and both are to be applied within the limitations set by the uncertainty principle. They are but different aspects of the same space-time reality. The dance of Shiva, viewing the surrounding environment as a cosmic dance of energy that it is, may be the closest description to an objective reality possible in our language, though the very nature of the universe itself seems to defy any possibility of a completely objective thing existing in any form. Psychotherapy and consciousness exploration will be the next revolutionary fields. We're looking through the looking glass here, people. Yeah, there are a million possibilities. Here's another. The US had warnings about 9/11 as early as the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. After 50,000 BP, what anthropologists characterize as the Great Leap Forward, humans' culture apparently started to change at a much greater speed. Modern humans started to bury their dead carefully, made clothing out of hides, developed sophisticated hunting techniques such as pitfall traps or driving animals to fall off cliffs, and made cave paintings. This speed up of cultural change seems connected with the arrival of modern humans, Homo sapiens sapiens. The Gregorian calendar is actually derived from a male priesthood tradition that stems from the Babylonian civilization. All hail to the harmony of all mind and nature. The movement was all about style, as former punks clothed themselves in surreal, anarchic glamour and romance, and postured, always on the lookout for new ways to draw attention to themselves. It was all about making an effort to look flamboyant in an attractive, luxuriant, beautiful, narcissistic way. So according to a recent national survey conducted by Reader's Digest in conjunction with the leading edge marketing company, the hippie revolution of the 60s, coupled with the counterculture revolution of the leaderless internet, has left a surprising influence throughout mainstream society. What often is referred to as an inner void is caused by it, and very likely the frustration over not being able to bridge it leads to the apocalyptic beliefs. Nevertheless, this picture permits response and actions that are more realistic than without it. This is the survival value of consciousness. Apart from sharing tales of pre-connubial bliss, Kyle gives us the soul-destroying news that he hopes to be a top Hollywood director one day. He already has created a gritty street drama film script which is in development talks in LA, much like Crack Cocaine, the musical, and Big Brother, interspecies erotica. Do you know what the Circle of Wagons is? It's when you put 3 bunks, like the circling up of wagons in a wagon train in an old cowboy movie, and they have the sheets hanging down so you can't see what's going on inside in the 4 bunks, and inside the bunks there's about 24 boys just fucking the shit out of this little Mormon kid. Now they don't want to break your jaw, because they still want your jaw to be up at work. So what it does take out your teeth, and then they just skull fuck the shit out of this boy. And when we came in, there wasn't anything left. They ass fucked him, skull fucked him, they fucked his back, they bent up his shoulders and titty fucked him with his shoulder blades. Fucked up shit, man. We came in here and all the convicts, all of them were like, he was fucked to death before we got here. So we couldn't really point the finger at nobody because it was either all or nothing, and you ain't gonna book 24 people. And you know what else? The 60s brought the hippie breed, and decades later, things have changed. They'll shave your ass and glue it on your head. The proper term is country music star.
Welcome back.
The doctor will see it and say, "Wow, you must be really cool."